Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm back in the war site this time. So last time I found that World War One canteen, which was totally cool, but this is actually mainly a World War Two area. But this is the problem here. You've got signals everywhere. Now, I will check a couple of these, but I'm guessing these are all bullet casings. They're all in the 30s and 40s, 50s. Nothing like up in the 80s. So I'll check a couple of them. But this is why it's so difficult in a battlefield area, because there's a signal every step. So I'm probably going to head again further into the woods where I found that colonial buckle last time, and then I'm going to take a look in that area because I think there's some interesting stuff to find. Okay guys, if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. There's a lot more to come. Moving on. I just had a look in that area where all those signals were, and yes, it was all bullet casings. I perhaps should have shown them, but I'm getting further into the woods now, and that's a good sign. I know it's an old rusty piece of metal, but it's a ration lid. So this is where I'm looking for, is places where people may have stopped and camped, maybe you know, stayed for a day or two, maybe dropped some good things as well as this. But this is close to the surface, which is also a good sign. Yep, I'm moving on. I'll be back with you at the next good find. Well, this could be something. 6970 multi-macro cruiser, two-tone, 89 gain, 70, 71. It's a little bit high for a bullet, but I guess it could also be. Let's see what we've got here. Could be an aluminium can as well. 68, 69, it's out. No, well, it's not a bullet casing, it's a bullet tip. That's why it was higher. Okay, moving on. Well, I've just come across an interesting area here. First thing I spotted was the glass here. Yeah. But then I noticed that there was another piece of glass that didn't belong to that. And then next to it, I found this bottle. Well, there's still something in it, but yeah, I think that could be just water. I think I'll take that. That's a really nice looking bottle. Petrol Han. Oh, it's alcohol. So yeah, you might have a crack through it looking at it, but it's still cool. You can't see it from that side. Yeah, and I also found a tube of something. I'll clean that up later, see if I can get a date of it, just to be sure that this is wartime. And I'm going to have a little look around here because there are some trenches, so there could be some interesting finds to be had. Moving on. Take a look at these guys. And girls, obviously. Now, I don't know what that is. At first I thought it might be a valve for a radio, but I'm not sure. Also don't know the age, so if you recognize these from war stuff, please let me know. But I'm happy I found this area. I will keep looking. moving on. Well, that's my next find, guys and girls. It's yeah, I mean it's solid. I'll have to clean that up when I get back home and see if there's any lettering on it to be able to tell what it is. But if you recognize it, please make a comment. Mosquitoes are terrible today. Yeah, moving on. And that's another one of these. This time I didn't muller it with the spade. I was more careful. Yeah, it's another one with the screw cap, so it obviously went into something. Is it? Is it a switch? Don't know. Clean it up, see what else is on there. Maybe there's another 16 or whatever it was on the last one. Well, if you know what that is, please let me know. Moving on. Well, guys, that was interesting. First I thought I had a mine buried in the ground because I found this circular edge, kept going around it, but it's not. It's yeah, it is what it is. Maybe you guys know what it is, but I don't. Okay, moving on. Okay folks, well, that's my first unfired round for today. I had a load of bullet casings already which I haven't shown. That's my first unfired one. Yep, moving on. Well, that's a 3-shot magazine that's just come up. It's falling apart, unfortunately, and I can't take the live rounds with me. Yeah, cool to find. Pity it's not in better condition. Yeah, it's totally coming apart. Sad, but there we go. Magazine. I don't know if that's Lebel ammunition, but yeah, if you know what that magazine is for, please let me know. Moving on. I think I have something round in the hole, but I don't know. I just caught the edge of it. But that looks like a coin, a thick coin. That's got a lot of gunk on it, so I'm not going to clean that up here. I'll clean that up at home and I'll show you what it is, and hopefully there's more here. Okay, cool, moving on. Right next to that coin that I just found, or what I believe to be a coin, there's another signal. Question is it? Oh yes, it certainly looks like it's another coin, but again, you know, these aren't one wipers. These have been in the ground a long time, but I'm really interested. Look at how thick that is. It could be much older than the wall. Okay, exciting. Moving on. Well guys, the 2 coins I had were from over there. And now I have a 73, 74, 72 signal here. It's not very deep. Maybe I'll do that with you guys. See what we can find. Try not to hit the coin. Hopefully it's not a bullet. I'm on it, whatever. Oh, that's not coin. Okay. Could be, I think that's just a piece of shell. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Moving on. Just for you guys. I don't know if you can see that down in here. There is another unexploded shell. Of course you can't see it if I don't show you. I don't know if you can see that down in there. But that is another unexploded shell. I'm not going to dig that out of there. There's already dug enough of them, and in the last video you saw 4 of them, so I'm going to leave that one where it is. It's right in the middle of this hole, so I don't know if a shell had gone off previously and then this one landed in it also, or whether I don't know, can't explain it. Anyway, moving on. Okay guys, well, I don't know if you can see, I think you can see the roots of the tree along there. This is like a hollow in the ground here, which I'm still stood in. I just had that shell which I showed you there, and I have another huge signal here. So something a little bit strange is going on. If that's 2 shells in there, then that's no way that's an accident. So I'm going to dig them up, or at least have a look at what this one is, and see if they're unfired shells. Yeah, moving on. So guys, to give you some idea of the progress so far, can you see them? I hope so. Maybe you can't. There's one just here. There's another one just here. There's definitely one over there. There's one underneath as well, I think. So I'm gonna dig these out, and I'll have to tell the authorities where they are, but I'll show you first. You get a first look. Moving on. Some idea of the area that I'm in here. I'm taking a break for a moment from digging those shells, but as you can see, or at least I hope you can see, there is a dugout trench there, and there's a network of trenches running through the woods over there. There's more holes here. I don't know if that's from shells or whether that's dugouts. There's another network of tunnels over there, tunnels, trenches, and then somewhere back here is the hole that I've been digging. Yeah, I just had to fetch my bag. I left it behind. And I'm going to be here a while. And this is this hole that I mentioned earlier. Perhaps see the shape down in there. That's not a root. Anyway, moving on. Right, everyone. To give you some idea of the size of these shells, that's the white digging shovel. They're definitely over 1/2 meter long. There are more signals in the hole here, but I can't spend all day digging these. Yeah. So 1 warhead, 6 shells with heads still attached. It's definitely the biggest ammo dump that I've come across so far. Yeah. Well, if that ain't worth a subscribe and a like, I don't know what it is. I will tell the authorities, rebury them, inform the authorities, and they'll come and do an explosion. Would be great if they would let me know so that I can come and film that, but yeah, anyway, I'll let you know if that's possible. Moving on. Now, I'm sure one of you out there can help me with this. I don't know if you can see all the lettering on the bottom of this shell. I've tried to clean it up as best I can. It looks like PD, P, small s, 295, could be a 1, and then 15R, that's strange X underneath. Then above is DEC with another strange mark there, and here the bottom one is definitely DB. The top one looks a bit messy. I don't know if it's supposed to be AB, DB. Anyway, it's not as clearly printed. I think it's DB. I think that's probably why they re-stamped underneath it a DB, because it was not clear enough. There you go. Sorry guys, the focus on this sometimes plays up. Yeah, so I've got as much detail off that as I can. But I thought you guys might be interested in seeing what the bottom of the shell casing looked like, what's on there. Maybe one of you will be able to tell me what this thing is. Right, putting them back and moving on. Now guys, I've come across like a roadway in the middle of the woods. I found a wheel nut, which I don't know if it's from the war, I'll show you later. A tin, which I think is a tobacco tin, and then this. I'm sure this camera won't show it, but it's got Made in England on it. Something else, I think that's a razor, the head off a razor. I'm not sure, but there's some interesting things here. Moving on. You know, I'm going deeper and deeper into the woods here, and now I'm back into a part where there's lots of this artillery shells and shrapnel everywhere. So it's interesting to see the hot spots and the colder spots. Yeah, I'll have a little look around here, but these are difficult areas when you get all this shrapnel to find. Moving on. Any ideas for you guys? Great big lump of iron with a handle. It's not an ammunition box, unfortunately, and it's completely rotten. Okay, you know what that is? But let me know, comment below. Just an update on those coins that I found. They are 2 sol coins. This is Louis the 16th, and it's from 1797, this one. And you know, it's quite a thick coin, it's quite heavy, and I thought the other one had the same numbers as the other one. But the other one is also a 2 sol coin, if my camera will focus. But this one is 1799, and this is much thicker, much heavier, and made of different type of metal. You can also see that there's no detail in the middle of that, where the other one has lines. But it's very cool to find 1700s coins. I wasn't expecting that at all. But even though they're the same 2 sol coin, they are not at all the same coin, as you can see. It's different. But wonderful, amazing to find them on a war site. It wasn't at all what I was expecting, but there's obviously a lot of history in that woodland area, and I will be going back at some point, so moving on. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed my video. Obviously I couldn't bring the shells home and clean them up and have them stacked nicely in the corner to show you. But there were some other interesting things that I found out there. This was I didn't film finding this because I thought it was just an ordinary piece of aluminium when I found it, but it's Sobrani straight cut cigarettes. Now I don't know if my camera will show this very well, but it has NAF stores for HM forces. So this is actually a British Sobrani Virginia 26, no 20, Virginia 20. So this is some kind of cigarette tin that I found that was issued to the armed forces, which is kind of cool. I always like to find these things with some writing on so I can do some research on them. This was also kind of cool find. This I think is a razor head. I'm pretty sure it is. I have to look up the details, do some research, but it has the Made in England stamp on there, and on the left is Olmeta, I think it is. So cool. Another one of these, which I think I've figured out now what it is, because it has actually written on it. There is again a number, like that's 20 on this one, but on this side where I mullered the other one with my spade is tap. So it is a kind of tap. I guess it would have had a spout out of there at some point. There's a piece broken off, so that's what they were. They were some kind of tap. This, which I don't know yet how old it is, Alcine pour le blah 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 nettoy blanche something or other. I don't know. I'm no good with French. I hope that's a wartime one, but I'm not sure. Mixture of bullets and shrapnel and random unrecognizable bits and pieces. Some flat pipe. That's quite heavy. It's quite solidly made. It was run over by something pretty heavy. And this one, I don't know if my camera will show this very well, but there are holes in this. What do you reckon? Mini machine gun? Pocket machine gun? No, I don't think so. Don't know what that is. If you guys recognize that, being that you know the war stuff better than me, let me know. They're kind of interesting. And obviously all the shells. There was the glass bottle with the vials, which unfortunately I forgot, but I will go back there, so I'll pick them up another time. Thank you for watching, guys. Moving on.